Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans, George, Kiari Mudikonets, and you know what? A special shout out to all you creepy looking Plagueis people lurking in the shadows for reasons we may never know because of budget constraints. Welcome to another yearly video here where today we're opening up the crystal ball, popping open the finest tinfoil hat to give our speculation prediction list of new characters coming to Star Wars Galaxies in 2025, y'all. Now, don't worry. Although we are currently out of attire, I assure you, we are in full-on Star Wars nerd mode. I mean, take a look. I got the Grogu jammies on. I have my Lothal National Park apparel on. And it's totally not because the other day I dumped a whole bucket of trash on me while playing Grand Arena. Don't worry. Still got a lot of cleaning to do after that one. But people, here's what we got. Galaxy of Heroes. One of the favorite things about this game is what's coming next to the game. And you know what? The crystal ball, the tinfoil hat has spoken to me. Even the three-piece Willicorn, and dare I say, General Helmet has talked to me about this as well. Today, people, we're not going to go over my wish list of what I want to come. No, we're putting money on the line. What money? I don't know. My sanity is on the line today, people. And you know, what better way to fact check myself? How accurate am I? Well, why don't we go ahead and take a peek at what we did last year in 2024. Come take a look over here. So last year in 2024, we had our list, and guess what? I'd say we were pretty on the money in our 2024 list. I got 6 out of my 10 predictions right for that year. Those being Jar Jar Binks, Queen Amidala, Padawan, Obi-Wan, Balin, Shin, Enoch. However, there's a few things that did actually. Was that? Oh yes, I was actually only got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I got 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why were there 11? I don't know. Well, anyways, I got 6 right last year. 2 being Queen Amidala, Jar Jar, Padawan, Obi-Wan, Balin, Shin, and Enoch. However, there was a few things that didn't pan out. But you know what? Maybe this is the year that some of these other guys can make happen this year. Start off with what I think the overall theme is going to be this year. And you know, you guys let me know down below, what are you predicting that this year is going to be looking like, whether it's character or just general themes that we're going to hit. But I want to start off with, I think, the 5 themes that we're going to be hitting this year in 2025. One of them was already spoon-fed to us. We know that Bad Batch Season 3 is going to be happening very shortly. It's going to be likely how we're going to be starting off the new year. Ever since the new Eras episode thing that they've been doing in Star Wars Galaxies, they told us Bad Batch is how we're starting the new year in 2025. And we're going to throw a few things on that list that I think are going to happen here, but I don't want to spend too much of our time there. We're probably going to get 25, 26, 29 units for this year. We're probably going to get a full squad of 5 Bad Batch members and maybe some extra change on top of that. Secondly, the other thing that I think is going to be happening this year is Revenge of the Sith anniversary stuff. If you need to make a speculation list, you need to first look at a few things. Was there a new show, a new season that came out? Okay, we're probably going to see something within a year of that. Another thing to look at, are we heading into a new season? Maybe they're going to give us stuff from the previous season for the new season that we're running into. Another thing to look at, are we reaching an anniversary of some sort of game, movie, TV show? That's generally when Capital Games will step in and add stuff. Those are generally the 3 overall philosophies I look at when Capital, if you're trying to make reasonable speculation, that's one thing to look at. And this hits one of those notes there. We are hitting, oh my gosh, what was it? The Revenge of the Sith. We need the release date. Revenge of the Sith was released in 2005. I still remember the day I saw that movie. And I saw that movie a bunch of times. And my father even got a bootleg version of Revenge of the Sith at some sort of flea market. And it had some subtitles. I still don't know to this day what it was. But you know what? I memorized the movie like the back of my hand. I'm excited. And I feel fairly certain this is going to be one of the core themes that we're hitting this year. Hitting a 20-year anniversary. We're going to talk about characters I expect to see. Next thing I'm planning on seeing, I'm guessing we're probably going to see Force Awakens stuff. We're hitting an anniversary for that as well. What are we going to? That's about a 15-year anniversary. No, 10-year anniversary. No, we're not there yet. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We're going to be hitting a 10-year anniversary. And funny enough, this is like the first big, episodes of content that we got for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Furthermore, I had Satele. I'm just going to get ahead of the ball. I want Satele Shan to happen for this game, but I think we're too early for it. The anniversary is going to be likely next year, a 15-year anniversary. So although I had her on my prediction list for last year, I think we're a little bit too early for that. And we're coming into a second season of Andor this spring. And there's one more other thing the Acolyte being the fifth thing. Acolyte happened last year, and generally we get new characters from a new show about a year after they come out on average. However, the Acolyte, I don't know if I can put too much money down. We're going to see a ton of it, mainly because the show was not that successful. And if the show wasn't too successful, does Galaxy of Heroes think they can be successful off those characters? We'll talk more about that. And, you know, maybe I'll have some stuff from the Acolyte in this list. But without further ado, let's get into the actual characters I think are going to happen based off these overall themes I'm predicting are on the agenda for this year in 2025. And let's start off with what we mentioned earlier, the thing that we know is going to be happening soon, the Bad Batch. And I'm going to put two overall things I'm hoping and expecting to see. The first and foremost, Crosshair. You know what? I just want to first say, I got a little evil side to me. You know, how many times has Crosshair been on the prediction wish list and stuff like that? I mean, he was on my list for last year. Somehow didn't happen, even though Bad Batch Season 3 happened. But you know what? I think this is finally the year where Crosshair is going to be added. They've been teasing us. He's in Rise of the Empire. Why don't we have him? Now, I don't know which direction they could take Crosshair. They could easily take Crosshair towards the Imperial Trooper route. And let me tell you, I wouldn't be too mad if they did that. But I'm expecting what we're likely going to be getting with this new era of Bad Batch that we're heading into, probably the next week or two. I'm expecting that this is probably going to be the team they're trying to build. This new Bad Batch Season 3 team. Basically what we saw at the end of Season 3, where we had Wrecker, we had Hunter, Omega, and then we had Crosshair, of course. And what the heck was the dog? How did I forget the dog-looking dude's name? No, not Gonky. Although, you know what? I want Gonky to happen. Nothing against what the heck was his name? I can't remember. Hold on. It's time to activate high IQ research mode. Hold on. I'm not going to end until I figure this out. Bad Batch, dog, pet name. Batcha! How can I forget that? Yes, Batcher is the name of the lovely dog that they had. But anyways, I'm expecting likely the team is going to be something like this. So, of course, I can fill in probably a couple more spots of new Bad Batch members that I think we can expect. I expect at the minimum, these are going to be mercenary members. They've been really playing around their mercenaries as of recently. I think we can probably see this as probably the foundation of what Bad Batch Season 3 is going to be bringing to Star Wars Galaxies. But you know what? Again, it would be pretty funny if they didn't add Crosshair. Again, they missed out on 3 seasons and technically Season 7 of the Clone Wars. It would be funny if they actually passed up 4 opportunities to add Crosshair. All right, I'm thinking we're going to get one more other thing in the Bad Batch Season 3. Are you guys feeling it? Are you guys on the same vibe level that I'm on? I don't know. I'm telling you, with the Grogu jammies that I have on right now, I'm just merged out of my mind with Star Wars. I got Grogu on my mind right now, people. I don't know if you guys can get on my level, but you know what? We can try. We can try. I think we're going to be seeing a new Asajj Ventress this year. Now, I want to put it out there. They've already teased us ever so gently. We had a bounty hunter Asajj. You remember this? A bounty hunter Asajj back in who knows what for Conquest, at least 2 years ago, where she was a boss in Conquest. They put the bounty hunter skin on her. We all got crazy, like, oh my gosh, is this a teaser? And guess what? They teased us all right, but nothing ever came in the hands of us players out there. But I think if we're going to Bad Batch Season 3, probably a big missed opportunity if we don't add a new Asajj Ventress. Whether you go down a mercenary route, unaligned force user route, whether it's the bounty hunter Asajj route that we saw, or perhaps they can go for the look that we had in Bad Batch Season 3. I want another Asajj. I'm tired of, I don't want to talk about this anymore. We need a new Asajj. This is the time to finally make it happen. So that's number 2 on the prediction list. But now we're going to turn our page. Of course, there's a bunch of other Bad Batch stuff we can predict. We're going to be finding that out very shortly, I think. But we're going to turn the page now into the Revenge of the Sith. We're going to be hitting the anniversary this spring, so why not get some things on the prediction radar? And oh man, I'll be a little mad if we get nothing for Revenge of the Sith anniversary. And I'm going to bring it back from my list last year, and I've been bringing this for many lists. Chancellor Palpatine. Let's put him as thing number 3 on our list of predictions for this year. How many times we got to talk about this guy? I've been having speculation on like what the kit could look like. What the problem I have is, would it be a legendary marquee Galactic Legend? Ooh, I don't know where to put my money on with that, but I'm just gonna say in general, if this ever does happen, which I think it will happen one day, I would love if this guy had some sort of, a kit that kind of plays with both sides, because again, he orchestrated the Clone Wars. He had his hands dipped in both the Separatist cookie jar and the Galactic Republic cookie jar. So it'd be great to have a character, maybe like we've already kind of seen this, like Luthen, where if Luthen's with Mon Mothma, does X, Y, and Z. When Luthen's with Saw Gerrera, let's do X, Y, or Z. The kit changed a little bit. We could definitely have that. If he's with the Separatists, activate all this stuff. If he's with the Galactic Republic, Ultimate Galactic Republic, activate this stuff. I mean, come on. How does that not sound fun and bridging to some of my favorite factions in the Star Wars universe? I'm all aboard, and if you're not all aboard, well, I got one thing to say. Do it! Anyways, moving on. I'm going to throw another thing on my list for what I hope to see in the Revenge of the Sith era. One of the biggest L's, the biggest missed opportunities that Star Wars currently has on its hands. Let me just pull it up before we show this, and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. One of the biggest, fattest L's I got to give the Capital Games. You might be saying Datacrons? No. Grand Arena Matchmaking, Kyber Squish, not even close. One of the biggest missed opportunities is the fact that I see a 501st. You know what? There's a number that comes before that, and it starts with the 212. How is it we do not have a 212th Attack Battalion? The fact that Commander Cody is borderline useless in this game is a shame. It's a sham. It's a scam. Why isn't this a character that can have some fun with the clones? I'm hoping this year we're going to get some 212th Attack Battalion stuff. I mean, I've been asking for this, not even just this year, but for many, many years. I've been saying, General Skywalker, he's the leader of the 501st. All right, cool. Why isn't General Kenobi, therefore, a 212th Attack Battalion lead, even though technically, it says 212th Attack Battalion commander. But let me tell you, he ain't doing much with any of the clone members out there. So, big missed opportunity, whether they give Commander Cody, Waxer, and Boiler. Let's just put that on the list. I'm going to say, if we're going to let's just make this a general category. I'm hoping we see Waxer, Boyle, as some sort of 212th Attack Battalion members. Let me tell you, if there's clone troopers, oh man, I'm having a good day in the office, my friends. Oh man, anything clone trooper related, Imperial trooper related, droid related. Oh, it's a good day, people. So let's just put that on there. Whether it's one of these two guys, I guess this is kind of a 2-for-1 special, or just in general something for the 212th Attack Battalion. This is the year to do it. I mean, Commander Cody's got such a fun, cool kit on paper with calling everyone to swarm, and then he's got like this, the cooldown reduction thing that he's got going on, but he's not a great character. It's just not, and you have to gear him up anyways for a Jedi Master Kenobi. How nice would it be if we're able to sweeten the deal a little bit? But there we go. That's number 4 on the list. And now we're going to hit our halfway point. And this is going to be one I don't know how much money to put down. Let's talk about the Acolyte. Dun, dun, dun. So, whether you like the show or not, it wasn't a success. It cost way too much money, and they didn't renew for a season 2. But now, we're not going to get too much into the show itself. It's more, how does it relate to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Whether you like the show or not, I think there's one thing that even the biggest haters of Acolyte can agree upon. The first canon appearance of the one and only, coming in at number 5 on our list, Darth Plagueis the Wise. The best thing about it, aside from Yoda making an appearance as well at the very end, the stuff I think people wanted to see when we were told about the Acolyte, they showed it at the very last few seconds of the show. Let's not get into critiquing the show for right now. I was looking forward to a season 2, funny enough, after seeing how everything ended. But okay. Anyways, all I'm getting at, I've had this rule. People have been talking about Darth Plagueis for Galaxy Heroes for years, and I've been actually the biggest, devil's advocate, the biggest opponent against Darth Plagueis being added, because I don't think Lucasfilm would give CG the first dibs on making a canon Darth Plagueis, or making the first Plagueis to even enter any sort of live form content, whether it was a TV show, video game, whatever, movie. I think they had to do it in a show or movie before being brought into any sort of video games. But now that we have our first glimpse of Darth Plagueis creeping in the shadows for reasons we may never know because of budget constraints, I think this is now the time they can finally add it to Star Wars Galaxy series. Anyways, we're going to turn the chapter now away from the Acolyte. So we're 3 chapters down into what I think this new year is going to bring. Let's get into the next chapter, and that is Andor Season 2. So Andor, I'm just gonna put it out there. Kino Loy, I always forget how to say his name. Kino Loy, I think that's like the character's name inside of the Andor TV show. Arnold, you should have double checked his pronunciation. Do I look like a linguist? Do I look like a fictional linguist here? No. Ain't nobody got time for that. Anyways, point aside, we're heading into Andor Season 2. I know this is a new character prediction list. Please, Holy R and Jesus, bless it upon me today. Apparently Krennic, Director Krennic, a.k.a. the Mr. Bean with the total polygon count of maybe 5 polygons on him, is supposed to be making an appearance inside of the Andor TV show. Now, we're not putting Krennic on the list because we already have Krennic. Where the heck is it? But I'm hoping we get something for Andor-related stuff. You know, the only thing we've really gotten from Andor so far, look at it, the Krennic's at the bottom of the rock, even below Stormtrooper. Holy cow, and Krennic's got a Zeta. That says something right there. But we pretty much only got to Luthen. And don't get me wrong, that was probably one of the biggest highlights of the Andor TV show. And I'm a fan of the Andor TV show. I know for a lot of people, they didn't like Andor because I will agree, it's not a traditional Star Wars experience. But I liked Andor. I think from just the cinematic and just the script writing and just everything else that comes with just normal storytelling, I enjoyed Andor quite a lot. Big fan of that show. But I look at it, it's like, what characters would people want to spend money on? That's the thing. You know, it's different from enjoying the show. Kino, I guess there's Deidre. Who was the guy that was with his mom eating the Cheerio Cyril? That guy. It's just like, does that sound like, I mean, CG can, you know, try to sell it to us like, hey, you're going to need this character to get, I don't know, Galactic Legend Plagueis or something like that. And people are like, all right, I guess I'll farm the character and buy it. But I think at the very minimum, if we had to at least see somebody to kind of get us, you know, some cross promotion for Andor Season 2, Keto would be great. But as much as I want him to be in the game for something that touched on Andor for the Season 2, I really want my boy Krennic to be good. If you guys don't know, let me give you some Galaxy of Heroes Arnold T101 lore. 2017, when everyone's rocking their Commander Lukes, I was the anti-meta. I was the anti-hero. I was using Krennic lead with Thrawn, Nihilus. I was like that was my favorite meta in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And it just sucks that, boy, this guy, immeasurable power, let me tell you, he's overcompensating, and it's not even enough to compensate. Let me just put it that way. Such an outdated kit really fell out of favor, but you know what? This might be the year for it. Anyways, number 6, Kino Loy's what we're putting on there. And now we're going to turn to the final chapter on what I think we're going to be seeing for this year in 2025. Force Awakens. And I got a long list of stuff for the Force Awakens. Let's start off with, first and foremost, BB9E. Let's just kind of warm us up, wet our whistle a little bit as we explore the Force Awakens. Still crazy, it's been 10 years since Force Awakens came out, and that was basically the first big batch of content for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in the winter when I started playing of December 2015. It was Kylo's, you had the Stick Rey, yeah, I think Finn was in the game too. So a little nostalgic for me personally, that's when I started the game, and we're going to be hitting the 10-year anniversary for Star Wars Galaxy. It basically came out around the Force Awakens to try to ride on whatever movie hype was coming out with that. So anyways, long story short, I think there's a lot of stuff that we're missing from, you know, the sequels, the Force Awakens, especially BB9E. I love the concept of it. I've been bringing this up many times. I want BB9E to be basically BB8, but the inverse, where instead of pushing a bunch of buffs to your team, it just pushes a ton of debuffs to the enemy team. I don't know, like, just imagine it's able to spam out like shocks and then dazes and stuns. I don't know if you're just let it go to town. I don't know if that's a kit that they'd go with, but I just like the concept. And plus, I love myself some dark side droids, and First Order related, being an inverse BB8, I think could be a little fun play. Anyways, I think we got more pressing things we gotta talk about. Number 8 on our list. It feels like this could be the year it could finally have. This has been on a lot of wish lists for a while, speculation lists. Praetorian Guards. And this is going to build up to something in a moment. Give me a second, okay? Praetorian Guards, the elite guards of Force Snoke, and they kind of suck. Let's just be real. They didn't really do a good job guarding them. But besides the fact, every single Praetorian Guard has something a little bit different. You know, one's got like a big blade, the other one's got like a pike, the other one has like the weird whips or whatever. So they could release, I guess, hypothetically, 5 Praetorian Guards, potentially. But I think at the very minimum, give us 1 Praetorian Guard for the year. Oh, come on. If we're hitting the anniversary, I mean, it's going to be, what, another 5 years until we hit one of those nice, even, you know, anniversary dates that we like to see? No. I think at least the minimum, 1 Praetorian Guard, because especially, I think this could lead to potentially a new Snoke coming in at number 9 on my list this year. I think Snoke could be on the radar for this year. We already have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, leading one First Order. What if they just create another character that takes advantage of the leftover First Order members? Taking care of the Phasma, I don't know, your special forces. Yeah, we have Phasma, Omicron, First Order TIE Fighter, Omicron. But, they've lost a little bit of steam. I can easily see Snoke swinging in, coming in as an epic confrontation for this year. Every year we expect to see a galactic legend. We expect to see some sort of, epic confrontation, legendaries, X, Y, and Z, X number of marquee characters. I can easily see him at the very minimum. Maybe not a galactic legend, but epic confrontation, sure, why not? He's had more screen time than Baylan Skull, and probably have more impact than Baylan Skull that we know of so far. So Snoke legendary epic confrontation, why not? Let's put on the list. Maybe we'll get BB-9E Praetorian Guard needed for a Snoke unlock at some point. I mean, I feel like they're already teasing us a little bit of some sequel stuff because of Dark Side Vision Rey, which we're almost gonna be unlocking her sometime here in the near future. It feels like we're due for some more First Order love later this year. But I feel like we're hogging the line a little bit here. First Order this, First Order that. There's this other thing, not this particular one, but there's this thing in the game called, do you guys know it? It's Raid Shadow Legends. No, Rey. We have Resistance members. We got to sprinkle in one thing for the Resistance if we are going to be touching on Force Awakens. There's a couple things I think they could do, but I'm surprised this hasn't happened already. And if they are going to do it, it feels like this would be the year to do it if we're hitting an anniversary. And I think it's got to be a new Leia. I know the recent history, they've been really milking the Leia. We have the Bauschle, then we have the Galactic Legend Leia. Why not another Leia? We already have like 30 Hans and, 29 Landos and 50 trillion Commander Luke Skywalkers or whatever. Give us another Leia. Make it Resistance. Make a new team with her. Make her work with Galactic Legend Rey. Give her the Mary Poppins ability where she's in space and then she flies around. Peak Star Wars. I'm telling you. I shed a tear when I saw that. I don't know if it was out of emotion or just not knowing what the hell's going on. But you know what? I think we need another Leia inside this game. And if we're going to Force Awakens, why not make it happen? The beautiful Leia. But you know what? That's going to be it. We kind of gave a lot of bonus stuff out there today, but that's my list of 10 characters I am predicting for this year, the general beats that I'm expecting for Star Wars Galaxies. And you know what? If you made it this far, Yoda best. Literally, Yoda, not you the best. Yoda best. Thank you for stopping by. Leave that like, comment down below on what you think this year is going to be bringing to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And what am I always forgetting at the very end? Oh, how can I forget? Always remember, my friends, no matter if you're a Gungan droid, no matter if you're a Darth Plagueis looking person lurking in the shadow, it's great to be in the Empire today.